Hello everyone and welcome back to the arena for another season of Dungeons and Death Battles, the series where we search for the most lethal monster in all of Dungeons and Dragons. The rules are simple. The fight takes place in the arena, combatants start 30 feet apart, there is no fleeing the arena, and victory is achieved by kill only. In this third season of Dungeons and Death Battles, 16 deadly dungeon denizens will be duking it out to find out which one of them is worthy of being crowned the CR3 Arena Champion. And today the arena doors swing wide open once again, welcoming patrons from far and wide to bear witness to a duel between a pair of enigmatic contenders, with the flickering phase spider primed to take on the frigid Yeti for a spot in the CR3 quarterfinals. The phase spider has been a particularly difficult combatant to pin down. Its ethereal jaunt ability that allows it to freely shift between the ethereal and material planes, proving a nightmare for arena security, with its poisonous bite really upping its penchant for chaos. The spider comes in with mostly physical focus stats, an AC of 13 and a hit point average of 32, making it one of the more squishy combatants on the roster. But it's worth remembering that a creature is only vulnerable if you can actually hit it, which could be an issue for anything facing off against this ethereal escape artist. And on the opposite side of the arena stands the Yeti, a monster hailing from the icy peaks of the world, a creature renowned in folklore and legend as a wailing howler that brings only warnings of ill omens and dark tidings. The Yeti is certainly the more bulky of today's contenders, with an average hit point pool of 51, but the slightly lower AC of 12. That being said, the Yeti does come equipped with a pair of powerful rending claws, as well as its paralyzing chilling gaze, which has the ability to dish out serious cold damage, as well as render its foe paralyzed, should the stare manage to burn through an opponent's defenses. But with all that said, the creatures and their handlers appear ready, so before the phase spider disappears again, it's time to roll for initiative, starting with the phase spider and its +2 modifier. So rolling in for the phase spider, +2 to this. And that is a very solid 17 +2 for 19 there from the phase spider. An excellent effort there. The Yeti is going to have to do something really special here in order to seize the advantage from the spider. So let's see what it can do. And that is a natural 20, the very first roll from the Yeti right here, coming through as high as it could possibly be. And that does, of course, mean that the Yeti has managed to wrench initiative from the arachnid's 8-legged grasp and will be going first in this combat. And the alpine atrocity is going to waste no time at all in activating its chilling gaze. Blue wisps of frosty magic emanating from its peepers as it locks in on the phase spider and prepares to freeze its chitinous form. And so with chilling gaze, the Yeti targets one creature it can see within 30 feet of it. If the target can see the Yeti, which the phase spider with its 8 eyes definitely can, the target must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw against this magic, or take 3d6 cold damage, and then be paralyzed for 1 minute unless it is immune to cold damage, which unfortunately for the phase spider, it is not. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. If the target's saving throw is successful, or if the effect ends on it, the target is immune to the chilling gaze of all Yetis for 1 hour, with the exception of abominable Yetis, but that is a creature for another battle. And so this does of course mean that the phase spider will need to roll in with a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, or be subject to that big initial amount of cold damage plus that paralysis condition. And this really is a roll it cannot afford to fail on. The rolling in for the phase spider, it gets +1 to this, and that is a 4 +1 for 5, which does mean that the phase spider has failed that Constitution saving throw, and the Yeti's gaze manages to seep through the spider's psyche, its limbs beginning to lock up as the spread of paralyzing ice encapsulates its body, which will prevent it from doing pretty much anything unless it can succeed on that saving throw when the opportunity comes up at the end of its next turn. But that is of course highly dependent on whether or not it actually gets a next turn, as the Yeti's multi-attack does still allow it to make 2 claw attacks even after using that chilling gaze, and that is absolutely what the creature is going to do. But of course, before we get overexcited, we do actually still need to roll in 3d6 points of cold damage from the chilling gaze, the spider not escaping that damage that easily, as well as akin to icy cold magic venom seeps through the spider's veins. And that is a solid roll straight away there from the Yeti, with 2 3s for 6, plus that 2 there for 8 points of damage from the chilling gaze, which is going to bring the phase spider down to just 24 hit points, and it is going to barrage itself into melee combat with the phase spider, where it will begin to unleash its claw attacks. And now, due to that paralyzed condition, these will be at advantage, and any hits will automatically be scaled up to critical hits, which does mean that those claws, if this lands, will be rolling in with the critical damage of 2d6 plus 4 points of slashing damage, plus 2d6 points of cold damage, effectively making for 4d6 plus 4 points of damage twice if the Yeti can manage to land both of its attacks. And given that it has a +6 and that these are both at advantage, this could be an incredible opening round for the Yeti right here. And as we were calculating that damage, the Yeti has of course made it into close combat, where it will be making the first of its 2 claw attacks. So these of course at advantage, rolling in looking to beat an AC of 13 +6 to this, and with an 11 +6 for 17, that first strike has made it through. And of course, due to that paralyzed condition, will be a critical hit. And so that does mean that the Yeti is now rolling in with 4d6 plus 4 points of damage. And so rolling in, let's see just how big of an impact this really is. And with a 5 and a 1 for 6, plus that 4 for 10, plus that 3 for 13, and of course adding that additional +4, that is going to make for 17 points of damage from that first claw strike, which does bring the immobilized face spider down to just 7 hit points. The Yeti wasting absolutely no time here. It does not want that face spider to dip out of existence before it can finish its work. And with that in mind, the Yeti is going to come through with another claw attack, this time blazing in from the right, as it is looking to finish the spider here with another 4d6 plus 4 points of damage, as it is looking to finish the spider here. So once again, +6 rolling in at advantage, and with a 16 +6 for 22, the spider really did not stand a chance against that onslaught, and the Yeti will once again now be rolling in with 4d6 plus 4 points of damage. And it is not possible for the Yeti to not finish the job here, but let's see just how much overkill we're going to get from this, as we roll in once again with 4d6 plus 4 points of damage. And that is 2 5s for 10, plus 3 for 13, plus 1 for 14, and then of course plus that additional 4 for 18 points of damage. And as that right claw comes sailing in through the air, the face spider is completely unable to react as it finds itself beheaded by the Yeti. Frozen chitin and spider internals clattering upon to the arena and shattering upon impact, as the Yeti raises its head to the sky, bailing a triumphant howling wail towards the audience as it celebrates its ascension into the quarterfinal round of the CR3 season of Dungeons and Death Battles. The Yeti proving right here why it is such an insane monster to face in combat, that chilling gaze offering absolutely no reprieve should you fail it, as the face spider did unfortunately find out the hard way before getting a chance to do anything at all. And with that, I would like to thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next time when the werewolf takes on the flail snail in an unconventional combat to see which one of those denizens will be joining the Yeti in the quarterfinal round. And of course, if you did enjoy what you saw, please consider dropping a like on the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. I do also have a Patreon which hosts things like polls and votes in which you can show your support for your favorite creature, as well as monster selection for CR tiers when the time comes around. There are both free and paid options over there, so go and check it out. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in another video.